Hello? Hey, hello. Okay, good. Just have to make sure. I've been fucking with some stuff, and stuff seems to be not working as intended, but we're good. Hi! Hi. Welcome to another Crits and Shits. Let me just go ahead and do this real quick. This week is slightly delayed by a little bit of tech issues, and of course by Becky's doing.
Hey, life.
Because life happens, which is completely fine. We're not starting too much later. Honestly, being a DM is like herding cats. It's problematic. Don't forget this down there is not yet active. That is active after next session. Next session is Jam's Prologue, and then the fun begins.
You're not to scare me.
Yes. I can't fucking wait. The dreaded scheduling BBG, exactly. But this week, it is Mama Bear's shenaniganery. And she is a bear folk. And I spent some time yesterday doing a little bit of writing. I will go ahead and preface this. This is a mature D&D stream. If you are not of a mature age, primarily 18 and plus, this is not for you. This is your only trigger warning. If you're watching the VOD, you're watching it on YouTube, this is your only warning. This campaign will contain some dark shit, and will probably most likely at some point trigger somebody's trauma, because the consent forms that came back was traumatized me BB in big black bold letters, size 72, Comic Sans, italics and underlined.
Way to call us out.
So, hey, I'm not saying what y'all's were. I'm not saying what y'all's limits were, but it was pretty much just traumatized me, mommy, please. Ooh, boo. So, my wish is their command. As always, I will not be paying too much attention, if any attention, to chat. As the DM, I have to focus on delivering the story, and honestly, I cannot wait until I get to reveal my writing, which is pretty much right now. So sit back, relax. Hello, Mr. Purple. Thank you, Stream Elements, for telling me that I'm now live again.
Oh my god, really?
I hadn't noticed. If you haven't yet done so, do me a favor and go ahead and retweet that as well. Follow me on over there whilst you're there. Join the Discord. I'm gonna throw all the socials and all the plugs. Everything will be in the description in the YouTube VOD. So hi YouTube. I'm slowly getting to grips with this this cross-platform bullshittery. But now I'm going to go ahead and pause the music. We're going to head over to this screen here, and we're going to let the story unfold. Hi, Becky.
Oh, hello.
I forgot to change your fucking name tag, because you fucking changed your name after I'd already set everything up. What you do not see. You don't see a fucking thing, chat. You do not see a fucking thing, okay? I am a professional. Blame my players, okay? Blame my players. Like, I had everything set up, and they're like, I want to change something. I want to change my name. I want to change my race. I want to change how many fingers I have.
Ooh.
No. No. Okay. So, I had spent some time doing a little bit of writing yesterday for your character. And we all know what happens when a player gives a DM way too much power.
Yep.
So, our story unfolds exactly how you think it unfolds. Death and dreams. But the question is, who done did a die? Losing 2 siblings was tough. I'm just gonna throw that one out there. That's line 1. In fact, sorry, that's half of line 1. Losing 2 siblings was tough. Each time that it happened, you saw your parents physically age by a considerable number of years, as if part of themselves also died. The way you and your older sibling dealt with these losses was to enter deeper into the forest and cull everything in sheer rage and pain, bask in the blood, then meditate within the ley line itself. It was almost like a ritual at this point, or a sacrifice to the gods to protect the remainder of your family. You also saw this as an opportune moment to meditate on the dreams that had been haunting you for years. The tainted dreams were not always the same. Some nights, it was an old woman talking to 3 figures. Others, it was a straw hut sprouting arms and legs, frolicking and migrating to another location. Each location different each time. Some were even glimpses of things that when you woke up made no sense, but gave you a sense of dread. Flashes of bright red, the sound of a million screams, the noise transitioning into a red sanguine liquid that seems to pour down your eyes, coating them until the dream fades to black. In separate dreams, you see red hats, trees, talking rats, cages, the sun rays shining on the cages, turning them golden, as if the dream distorts itself to another image. The back of a knighted figure with long golden hair talking to a pointy-eared figure, but the face is blurred. This particular dream seems to be recurring, with each iteration slightly different each time. Whilst there is no clear audible communication, the location always seems to be the same. As a golden blonde turns to speak to somebody else, you seem to wake up. Your final image each time seems to be a flicker of a dirty red headpiece and 3 others sitting around a circular table. Upon your final sleep of this dream sequence, your older sibling, whose name is Oberon, if I'm not mistaken. Oberon. Yep, Oberon. Shakes you awake. Hey! You just see big, brown, bare paws just shake you awake. Like almost slapping you with a wet fish, but it's his paw.
Dude.
One paw does slap you, and then the other paw holding a fish, he's like, wake up, wake up, wake up. And it's just wet slaps across your face each time.
I'm just gonna grab that fish and just stare at him.
Good.
Like,
It's the first thing you've
I'm
probably
awake.
eaten in 3 days. That's what it takes you to eat, so be it.
Gonna shake myself off a little bit and begrudgingly eat this fish.
It's
If it
good.
was
It's fresh salmon.
yeah, if it's anyone other than Oberon, I might have just hid it somewhere, but I'm gonna just tuck into it and just be like, dude, I'm awake, what is it?
We have hunting to do. And apparently the elders and our parents need to speak to us.
Okay.
I'm not sure what it's about. I was just told that it was of time sensitive, so we can go and see them, and then we can go and do the hunt. because one fish is not enough for a big bear like me, and just pats his huge stomach. You know, he's boom, boom, boom.
I think you're holding enough in there for both of us, mate. But okay.
Are you calling me fat, sister?
No, dear brother. Would I ever do such a thing?
Yes.
Okay, true. Look, just give me 5 minutes, finish this, and I'll be out.
Okay. He goes away like 15 feet and just sits down, starts plucking his teeth with a fish bone, and starts flicking fish bones at you, just waiting. Like, fing, fing, fing. One actually goes inside your ear hole.
Just like, kind of used to the shenanigans with both of us by now. I'd kind of ignore the ones that are flicking at me, but as soon as that one goes in my ear hole, we just hear it go, and just shaking off. And
Now you're actually
back in my
awake. Let's
ear.
go.
It's kind of
Didn't take you 5 minutes, did it?
half the fish just staring at him, but I'm still gonna follow because, yeah.
You and Oberon have slept where the ley line is for almost a week now. Just letting the emotions be felt and meditating, and you clean yourself off. You know, dried blood on the fur is a little nasty, a little scratchy, a little itchy. And you just, like, every stream so often, you kind of just rinse a couple of times. And you finally make it back to the herd. And for the most part, bear folk don't really tend to live in normal housing. They have, like, dug out hills and formed caves, and it's its own little community, and just caves upon caves, some big, some small, and there's even like a 20-foot circle, which is about 10 foot deep, that all the baby cubs just seem to slide down and start kicking the shit out of each other because they have nothing else to do, and it's their way of fun. We will ignore that alarm. Did that get picked up on stream?
I don't know.
Okay, hope not. It's fine. And the sound of the joy of the cubs just play wrestling, kicking the shit out of each other. Couple of suplexes here. Some bounce off the side of the mound. It's of the hill itself on the inside, and just start spear tackling each other for fun. And play biting the ears and throwing mud pies at each other. It's honestly probably some of the most adorable shit you've ever seen. And honestly, it's quite refreshing considering everything that you've been through recently. As you approach your little cave, your parents, who their face may not be old, but their fur would suggest otherwise. They have grey streaks of hair, almost like tram lines, down their back. And your dad gets up and hears as several joints just crack into place. And he's like, we need to talk. Come in, sit down. And he hands you all a cup of hot honey. It's not like hot to the point of scalding. It's just heated nicely, so it's more fluid. Your mother's missing. Don't look at me like that.
It's Mother. Mother's not the type to go missing.
Which is why I'm telling you. As you know, she is one of the archdruids, and honestly, with all of the others out on business, your mum was the one that was taking care of us. She's been gone 3 days.
Wynn just kind of bristles and instantly feels like a little pang of guilt, but then just softens and is like, okay, 3 days. So we're already 3 days behind.
Which means any form of scent is probably gone. We have no idea. I'm not even sure when. I just noticed that she was gone for 3 days. It could have been 3 days and several hours.
I highly doubt the trackers would even be able to pick anything up at this moment either.
We have sent all trackers out, but I feel as if it's not enough.
It's never enough. How are you, Father? Really?
I'll be better when we find your mother. He just completely deflects it and answers with that.
Yeah, it's kind of just. She takes one of a huge paws and just kind of reaches forward and puts it on his shoulder, and just for a minute just sits there, takes it off, and she's like, I will not rest until I have found our mother. You can be sure of that.
I know you two like to do things together. You always have. It's how you've functioned. But at this point, it might be better if you split up in different directions.
As much as part of me would like him by my side, I agree I would rather him. It's better if we split.
And you two have
And
always had this bond, which isn't. This bond is stronger than what we bears usually have. You two seem to have an empath link stronger than anything that I've seen. So it's not like you're really away from each other because you're still connected.
that much is true.
But what I can say is until we find out what's going on, try not to spend too much time together. I'd rather
Noted.
one go missing than both. Ideally, I'd have no go missing, but the way that there's been reports from the city, uh, with murders and strange goings on that are well beyond our knowledge of intellect.
Well, while we are considerably stronger and our feet together, we are also just as good apart. I'm sure we'll both be fine.
Use your rage sparingly. Don't want you exhausted before the actual fight's begun, whatever that fight may be.
I may need to
Do me a
regain.
favor. Make a perception check.
So I just roll a d20 for that one.
In your skills tab,
Yeah.
you are already proficient in it as well. You get a +1.
Da, 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 da. Oh. No, not that one.
You click the baby dice in the +1.
Ooh, 8.
That yeah, okay. So next
I just
time,
did it for
yeah,
now.
next
Yeah,
time
and then
just do that. And I'll do the +1 for you. Your father's eyes seem to be. You're not sure why, and you just assume that it's because of your mother, but your father's eyes seem to be a little glazed, a little white, a little fading in hope, and surrounded by guilt.
mm, it's kind of. I meet his eyes for just a minute, and then there's a thing that our family has done to basically just put my forehead against his, just whether it offers any comfort or anything, but it's a way that kind of bonding.
It's a bonding thing. As
Yeah.
you do gently headbutt your father, I just love how he just gently head. You fucking what?
Fucking
You fucking slag.
what you fucking want.
No, as you gently headbutt your father, he meets you halfway, and you share a brief head nuzzle. It fills you with a little bit of warmth. So, which direction are you gonna head? Speaking to Oberon first. Um, I'll head. I'll head further east and see if I can find anything. There's an entire separate continent outside of this forest, and it would be a great time to explore as well. Taking some new sights, some new smells, perhaps make some new friends along the way.
Well, I did say to Mother that I wanted to travel more. Not the way I wanted to do it, but there we go.
He turns around and says, I'll make my way past the Rothonian plains and head that way. It's a lot of distance, but I'm he chuckles. I've always been the faster of us both. Whilst he's not as barbaric as you, he is incredibly fast for a bear. He has always been able to beat you in races.
I just kind of look at him and go, just please be careful.
I can cover the
Otherwise,
plains in 2 days.
still. No
He
getting
then
yourself into trouble either.
he then like because he walked in on all fours. He kind of stands up and kind of does a little boxing bounce, like he's ready.
Just kind of like leans up.
Whilst he does it, the floor just gently vibrates because he's not exactly He's always thought he was on the smaller side of things, but he's bigger than you.
He definitely does not know his own size and strength. Kind of ever so slightly just bap his hand.
And he gently baps you in the face.
When he baps me in the face, I'm just gonna straight up with the other hand just bap him right back.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I always forgot how hard you hit. Oh.
So,
Where are you gonna go?
ready?
They
There are
have said,
planes.
like, there has been whispers of some stuff going on inside of, well, the nearest capital, Zobak.
Yes, I overheard the elders talking. Sobek was one of the places I was going to aim to go.
Honestly, for you, Zobak seems like a safe bet because there's so many people and you've always been the better read. I know you don't like people, but you've always been the better read out of the two of you. He may be fast, but despite how dumb we are, we're very people smart.
Yeah. Okay, you cover the plains. I will cover Sobek.
And when you're
And
done with Zobak, continue west.
just check in with father before you go. Mainly
Well,
for his sake.
I mean, you're still in like talking distance with your dad. Like
Okay,
you're
so I'm
still in
gonna
a group
whisper like
convo.
so I can't really whisper that one, can I?
I mean,
I'll
you
wait for it.
can. It
Okay,
would
so I'm
just
gonna
require a deception check.
uh I'm gonna actually no, I'll leave that. I'm just gonna kind of just look at Oberon and just kind of just like head bob over to father. I don't care if he sees it because it's just like,
When do we leave?
well, I would rather leave as soon as we can.
You got supplies?
Indeed, I
I know you've
have.
not been eating much recently, but I know that when you do, there's barely any food left. You have to
I
fuel that rage somehow.
I have emergency flies. Flies?
I didn't realize we ate flies.
Nor did I. I have emergency flies packed away somewhere. Safe.
Okay.
I always have.
Okay. How have, like, at this point you two begin to make your way out, and Oberon mumbles under his breath. So, how have your dreams been?
She just sighs and straightened up a little. And Oberon is the one person that she can never really lie to because
Mm-hmm.
they feel each other's emotions. She just kind of looks at him and is like, they're worse. And part of me isn't sure whether the recent going ons are connected because there's been one dream I've been having over and over again.
Have you told me about this one?
I don't think I have. There's people, well, I say people, there's a few different races sat around a table. But every time, and I can't see their faces. Can't make out who they are. And there's one who goes to turn to someone, but every time it just I wake up. But it's
What's so bad about that one?
because it's been getting more intense. Doesn't feel like a dream sometimes. There's a lingering feeling of just not unease, but confusion. It's like it's telling me something.
I wonder if it's actually in Zobek. I've never been.
I'm beginning to think the same myself. I mean, it would explain a lot.
From what I've heard, Zobek is incredibly busy. Lots of business, lots of smells.
That fills me with so much joy.
I know you hate it, I know. But if there's anybody that's got a... out of the two of us, you've always had the stronger smell. Stronger sense of smell.
Doesn't matter how I feel about people. I need to do this for Mother and anyone else who is in danger. This is something isn't right.
Well, no doubt you're going to get caught up in some bullshit whilst you're in Zobek. It's part of who you are. You seem to have bullshit borderline tattooed on your head of pick
Oh, so
me.
it's not Monk this time.
Excuse me? What was that, sir? I didn't catch it.
Oh, I said it's not Mug this time then.
I mean, mug, it changes from day to day.
Uh-huh.
It's almost as if somebody's bewitched you or cursed you with a tattoo on your head. And he says these words deliberately, knowing full well that it's going to trigger you to go into a deep sense of thought, which means he can get away with more shit. You know, mug. You know, take your pick. Today it's bullshit. Tomorrow it's asshole.
Are you quite finished?
No, but we do have to pack up, so I'll just pick up from where we left off next time I see you.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Good. Some things never change, and just remember that some things do. We're not sure what we're up against here. This could be something bigger than us. This could be something world changing. You already know the history of the last 50 years. We've lived it. Well, we've lived half of it. The other 25 we've been told.
Just do not get yourself into too much trouble. I don't know what to do if...
I can say the same thing to you.
We will both be fine. If we do what we need to do, we will come back to Father. And hopefully everything here will still remain.
You know what? Kind of, like, at this point, you've been walking towards, like, the emergency armory where you keep all of your weapons and stuff. I've never been one for this. And he just throws you this big fucking hammer. This is yours now. I have no use for it.
Thank you, brother.
Just don't fucking lose it. I might need it one day. But you can probably you seem to favor the heavier stuff better than I. Me carrying that will only slow me down.
I do like my hammers.
I've seen as he looks in the direction of where you two used to play as kids and just sees the skulls of several creatures that you have just pounded and smashed into smithereens.
Just kind of look and go, ah, such fond memories.
Yeah, and no doubt you'll probably smash some skulls along the way. Just don't get yourself killed. I can't be there to fucking save you again.
Likewise. Likewise.
And at this point, he actually stops what he's doing and he looks you dead in the eye. No matter what you feel, no matter what your mind tells you, if you feel as if I'm in pain, do not try and find me. Promise me.
She sighs, but quite a pact they made to each other often, so she stares directly at him. She's like, okay, I promise.
Poor Pinky swear.
Poor Pinky swear.
Just two chubby pinkies just at this point you just hear, because you're so big as bears, you just hear foop as both fingers lock. Toe beans v toe beans.
Toby.
No matter what happens. No matter what happens.
Agreed.
Because if I do find that you have come for me, you've always known that I've been able to kick the shit out of you over a long period of time.
Yes.
Okay. Safe travels.
Same for you.
We should probably head out at night. It's more dangerous on the road, but the people won't know.
I agree.
You decide on a nap and a final snack before you head out. At this point, the sun sets, and as the last orange line in the sky fades, and you look up at the sky, you can see the reflection of the ley line. It is all kinds of colours. It's what we in the real world would consider the northern lights. And you've always been told that the ley line will guide you.
Kind of just looks up and to start with, just admires everything. You know, the sky, the tranquility. She's always been one for being outside under the stars. But then she kind of concentrates and kind of in her head goes, okay, right, where, just which way? Just kind of waits for that kind of natural feeling of being guided.
The way the ley line works, or the way the light travels, is it seems to head north to you. It's brighter. You see, like in some distance, you can see a singular line, which would be another ley line. But you know that in Margrave, it's where the stronger of the lines meet. So it's a lot brighter. It's a lot more potent. And you know that it's just from telling that you kind of go north. You know that heading north, you will be outskirting some of the danger parts, the more dangerous parts of the forest as you approach the Black Hills. You know that it's a little more unnatural, a little less fitting than what fits in this world. It's almost as if it's kind of a world of its own. But as you've never been to the capital, leyline is the thing that guides you. Nobody said it was going to be easy.
At this point, I'm kind of walking on my hind legs because, a little bit easier if I run into trouble. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep heading north, but also keep an ear out, and even though there's no people generally around, it's nighttime, so there can
Once you get like a mile and a half to 2 miles out, the faint sound of snoring from your kin kind of dies, and you are left with the slow, soft hum of the ley line. And hi, puppy. Puppy now wants to play. You're left with the slow, soft hum. It's almost like a brown noise level of hi, mom.
Mom says hi.
Hi. Puppy. Sorry, distraction by puppies. It's almost like a brown noise, so it kind of focuses you. Ma, leave us alone, Ma. We're sorry to interrupt the scheduled programming. Goodbye.
Sorry, the dog's trying to steal my sloth.
Hi, kitty. So like the cat before the cat rests, you have to pay Tobin tax.
Yes.
Okay. It's more like a brown noise. It keeps you focused. And you hear the soft sounds of crickets. Gets a little annoying after a while. It is spring, so they're within mating season. You hear the mating calls of coyotes and other various animals. You hear the occasional rustle of leaves, probably just a hedgehog. And after several days of travel, you should probably call it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, just a second. I was unmuted. I'm gonna find a place to settle and rest.
Bears have always been one to find a corner or a dead end to rest. Um, Towards the point of exhaustion, you do come across like a very steep vertical climb hillside, which does seem to bend, and it kind of almost like a semicircle. There's a couple of trees that overlap it from the top, which would be great for shelter because it's just started raining.
I'm definitely gonna kind of hightail it over towards that. Not I mind the rain, but you know, wet fur, no thanks.
It starts out as a gentle like, oh, looks like rain, to okay, it's slightly heavier rain, to it's got a little bit cold, to torrential downpour. The forest has always been a little bit unpredictable as far as weather goes. It due to the humidity, it kind of just it eventually has to find a way out. So with the evaporation and the natural cycle of the forest, it just downpours. And a downpour can last anywhere between a day and a week. And 3 days go by and it shows no signs of stopping. I mean, at least the good thing is you have water.
Yep, that's always
You know, it has always rained a little bit purer here in the forest.
so we kind of back in daytime now, I guess.
3 days have passed and it is on the third day.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Oh,
kind of
fourth day technically.
just gonna look out and be like, you know, this as much as I don't like wet fur too much, I cannot like kill any more time. So gonna like it or lump it and just keep moving.
You also know that through experience, there's a different kind of vibe in the forest at times like this. There are creatures of which are not usually seen by humanoid like eyes that ever get to see this. But you're deeper into the forest than a lot of other people go in. And every so often you hear like a squelchy sound. And it's actually a snail with legs that just walks by. He's got a little top hat and a little stick and a monocle. He just walks past you, just do 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 do. It kind of has his own theme tune.
I'm just gonna go good day because that is cute.
And he's got a stick in one hand. And he's like, you actually hear the crunch of the leaf.
That's excuse me, sorry. I'm just gonna call out good day as he walks by and just kind of like cheered me up a little.
A few hours go by, and you hear a couple of. It's hard to distinguish what's the rustling of leaves and what's raindrops. There's a couple of hedgehogs that come out of hiding. Prime time for grubs. Prime time. Occasional anteater thing just flicks its tongue. You hear the whip as its tongue is basically doing its thing for scooping up grubs off the floor. The occasional hog. Now, hogs can be a little hostile, but they don't really seem to care as they're like snuffing the sound, snuffing the ground and the leaves, and just scooping up all kinds of dead things and creepy crawlies, centipedes. There's even a bigger, like, it's not quite giant centipede, but it's definitely a little bit bigger than normal, and the hog just kind of pierces it straight through the middle, and you just hear all its vertebrae just break as it's just chomp, 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 and then you just hear a belch of some magnitude to the point where you feel the vibrations through your feet.
Nice, dude.
You're not sure where it came from. You just heard it.
I'm just gonna
It was
appreciate it.
so fucking loud. You hear all kind. You hear and see various things throughout the day, and for the most part, it's odd, bizarre, but it brings a smile to your face because you're seeing a different side of nature.
Hmm.
And then the nighttime hits. It's still torrential downpour. Still no signs of stopping. Are you staying to rest, or are you going to carry on going?
I'm gonna carry on going a little bit more.
Okay. Um, make me a perception check. No, we don't need this kind of music right now. We need this kind of music.
Hmm. 10.
Okay. The only thing, the only two things that you can muster from this downpour is that it just seems to be getting heavier and heavier and heavier to the point where the raindrops almost hurt due to the speed and the coldness. And you noticed some obscure pattern of how the water is forming around you. Puddles are forming in places where you wouldn't expect puddles to form, like on vertical surfaces. It kind of, there's like almost like a globule of liquid that just builds in places. Some of them seem to have a mind of their own as they're just moving around.
Okay. Gonna just very carefully continue. Just try and watch out that I don't like.
Now, are you saying carefully as in stealthy, or are you saying more aware?
More aware.
Okay. So, from here on out, your pace is slowed, but I will give you a +5 for perception
Okay.
whilst you're like this. At this point, you do see um it begins to clear that the ley line itself has been completely obscured by cloud. But there is the occasional gap within the cloud that shows you the beautiful night sky that you've been used to seeing. Almost as if there's beauty behind the darkness. A nice metaphor. My brain just shat the bed. you see in the, like, when you look up at the sky, you just see a faint line of orange slowly get thinner and thinner and thinner. And at that point, you know that the sun is no longer with you. Although, to be fair, you haven't seen the sun for the last 4 days. You've only just noticed it set.
Yep.
As the night begins to crawl in, things begin to feel a little off, a little more eerie than what you've been used to for the past few days. What do you do?
Any of those like globule things stand around by any chance?
You're not sure whether there's more or
Okay.
whether they've just been following you. You can decipher that with a perception if you like.
I was gonna say I'm kind of just gonna look around and I'm gonna try and just work out.
Okay, go ahead and make me a perception check. So this one, it's technically a +6, I think, because you have a +1 in perception. So
Yes.
yeah,
So
that's
plus
4 plus 5 plus 5, 10.
Sorry.
It's hard to tell whether they're following you, but you do notice the, like, on the right side in like in an opening where the bushes are, they kind of, it's almost as if they're sprouting legs.
Okay.
And you notice one particular globule kind of like an eye pops out.
So I'm gonna make sure that none of the others has kind of done this yet, and just make sure that it's like the only one that has.
As you're focused on this one, you see another eye, and then another one, and then another one, and then it begins to, like, you don't see the mouth form, but what you could imagine as a jaw becomes slightly unhinged, and it begins to show teeth, and you just hear like, a little bit higher pitched and a little more on the little side of things, almost as if it was a baby trying to scare some, like, rah kind of deal. Well, it's not intimidating in the sound. Maybe a little intimidating the fact you've just seen a raindrop grow eyes and eyes, mouth, and legs.
Yeah, that fuckery is a little bit.
And then as two hands, like they're itty bitty hands, almost like a T-Rex, and just as it starts chowing down on leaves.
Okay.
It stops chowing on, and as it sniffs, you can see two slits in its where its nose would be, just two slits, almost like a Michael Jackson, but gone wrong.
So I'm gonna.
At this point, more raindrops begin to kind of meld into it. And as it does, the raindrop gets bigger and bigger and bigger. At this point, it's about 2-3 foot high. And its legs, it didn't skip leg day. It's a little bit thick in the thigh area.
Oh, she's thick.
Just a little thick. 1C.
Okay, so frankly bewildered because that was an eyeful. I'm gonna just grab a nearby leaf and just kind of offer it out to the thing.
To the thing, okay. As I said, it's about 2-3 foot tall now. And you're like... You're way up there. You're a bear. You're like 6-7 foot,
I'm like
8
a fucking
foot.
skyscraper.
Right. He's like... It looks over in your direction and just darts over towards you. And as it jumps for the leaf, it does a turn and goes for your ankle instead.
Little bitch.
Please hold. I forgot my dice.
Okay. An ankle swipe.
Actually. Welcome to my bullshit. This is on the fly, by the way.
Squishy ankle biter.
Yeah.
And I thought they were adorable. I mean, they're still adorable, but...
Is an 18 hit?
I mean, my AC is only like 15, so yeah.
Okay. So all you hear is as it sinks its like water like fangs into your ankle. You take 4 points of piercing damage. There's a crunch, crunch. It's full blown crunching. And I say as it spits out Bertha.
Man, this bitch is gonna get fucking... So after like the shock of just that, gonna like shake my leg a little and then just get my hand and just try and fucking grab.
Make an athletics check. Strength check. Strength check.
A strong check.
A strong check.
22.
It's growling, and you begin to distinguish that it's talking. You just don't know what it says. Like it's just arms flailing. As you like.
I'm just gonna like hold it and just kind of like hold my other paw up and be like, dude, the fuck. just gonna like.
As you're holding it, you begin to see its face kind of slide down, like how water would actually travel, just slide down, and its eye just. It's now got 3 eyes.
What the fuck?
As the eye that leaves its body turns into a droplet of water and just falls to the ground.
Okay.
What's on the ground now is just water.
I'm just gonna like wiggle it a little bit and
As you wiggle, just its entire face just like slide, almost like a pigeon hitting a window and just sliding down without the sound as it's sliding down the window. Just plip, plip, plip. At which point, its body kind of follows suit and just. You're now holding a globule of water as it just kind of and just turns into a puddle and flows through your paw.
as that happened, I'm just gonna kind of look around to see if any other fucking shenanigans are about to bite me in the ankle.
Make me a perception check. You
10.
love your 10s.
I know.
Plus the 5, it's a 15 because you have a +5 whilst you're taking your time. So that's 15. You do see that other kind of similar behavior is starting to occur as more than one globule begins to form. But they're a little smaller, but there are many of them. And you just hear the crunch in there. Okay, do me a favor. Go ahead and make me a history check.
Yay.
You know, because I was nearly 14, I'll give you an advantage. Because you're getting cooked in rolls.
Thank you.
So go ahead and roll me another history check.
Okay.
That's better.
That's what we like to see.
You know, from your teachings by the elders, you know that the ley lines tend to have a magical effect on the area surrounding you. It's unpredictable, but when it happens, very obscure things happen, and you're chalking these up to water ley line demons. They're not like from what you've been taught. They have never really been too much of a threat. It's more like pricking yourself in a nettle. But it's annoying nonetheless. And you know that if you were to get overwhelmed, you would probably drown. And the best way to deal with them is just to pick them off you and put them on the ground in the opposite direction. They're attracted to life and things that are in need of hydration.
Okay.
Is this my way of as a DM telling y'all to drink water? Yes.
Hey, I am. Okay, so have I at this point got kind of more coming towards me? Or on me?
The one begins to smell, and then another one, and then you just hear several sounds, and they will eventually all begin to swarm on you. One does manage to catch your scent pretty quickly, and he starts making his way. They are also a hive mind, so one does they follow, which is why it's easy to get overwhelmed. They just like it takes 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 40, 80, and they just begin to swarm after you.
So, can I start like moving away? Or would they be following me?
They're following you. They're after you.
Oh, yeah, fucking wankers. Excuse my language, Ollie.
At this point, like as the distance is closing, you just hear this one isn't common. You just hear charge, and they just all leap in your direction.
So, I'm just gonna fucking. I'm gonna just get ready, like hunker down. Can I roll an intimidation check just to fucking bellow a roar at them?
Sure. Excellent. As you open your jaw and you show your bear-like teeth and begin to roar, they land in your mouth. Do you swallow? Yes, I said that with a straight face. Shut the fuck up.
You know what? Oh fuck! I've got no idea what these things are gonna do to me. I'm just gonna swallow fucking
As you
angry.
swallow and close your mouth, the rest kind of do a U-turn and go back to chowing down on plants. And as they chow down on plants, you begin to notice they're not actually eating the leaves. They're biting down on them and they're releasing moisture from their own drop into the wildlife, into the nature itself.
Okay.
Which is an indication that your dumbass was dehydrated.
Yeah, I'd kind of like take a minute to go. Oh. Bullshit. Okay.
I now need to make an actual stat block for these.
They're adorable. I just kind of. They probably don't understand me, but I'm just gonna be like, thanks.
You hit 1 from like 100 meters. You're welcome.
God damn it, they're so cute. I want to weaponize them and use them as my friends.
For fuck's sake. They are not for weaponizing. They are not toys. No. No. No.
So after that happened, and I kind of feel a little bit better because, you know, hydration. I'm you said the sun is set, hasn't it? So it's
Yes.
obviously be dark by now. I probably gonna take the chance to find somewhere to pitch up for the night.
Okay. You don't really find anywhere similar to what you stayed in the previous night. So the next best bet would be to break down trees. Or at least bend them.
I'm gonna bear me some trees.
So you're gonna bend some wood.
Mm-hmm. Would you believe it?
Okay. Go ahead and make me a survival check.
A survival. Oh,
Ah, easy peasy.
nice.
As this shows no sign of letting up, you kind of two hands on like one hand on each tree, and you just push, and you push them at an angle that they overlap. You go on the other side, do the same thing with another two, and you tie them down with the rope that you have in your pack. It's not bad for a literal 2-minute job.
Okay, so once that's done, I'm gonna kind of I also probably should, because I wouldn't have eaten since I left. I'm gonna take the time to nom and some rations.
Okay.
So
Question. What did you eat in the last 4 days?
that's a very good point.
I mean, you have enough rations for you can, like, those rations will literally last you an entire day. So you can go ahead and subtract 4. That way you've actually eaten something every day.
Yeah, I'm gonna say subtract 4 because I want to actually I wouldn't have eaten properly the 3 days beforehand, so I'm kind of like I really need to
Yeah.
eat
So
something.
these ration packs are like the MREs you get in the army. They are chocker with calories. So they are definitely fulfilling for the entire day travel.
Nice.
And they bulk you up a little bit along the way. Nothing worthy stats, by the way. Just go.
Grr.
As you settle down and you begin to sleep, the sound of the rain becomes relaxing at this point. Something that you can fall asleep to. To begin with, your sleep is peaceful. And then the dreams start again. This one's different. This one is of Oberon. You see him. You just see glimpses of him sprinting like a bat out of hell on all fours. Typical Oberon fashion, always in a rush. And along the way, he's kind of holding his sword in his jaw, and he's just slicing his way through enemies, creatures, both 4-legged and 2. He does look a little bit bruised and fucked up, though. And as you're having this dream, you could feel your body twitch in response to feeling his pain. Every hit that landed on him, you also felt. And he continues sprinting and finds himself a cave. He kind of barricades it shut and sets his own little fire going. At which point you wake up. And what you didn't notice whilst you were sleeping is that the rain had stopped several hours ago. As the sun begins to rise through the canopy of the forest, you feel incredibly dry. Not dehydrated, but you as a bear feel bone dry. a mixture of the evaporation and the pure heat of the sun kind of dries you off a little bit. You no longer smell like wet bear, which is almost the same as wet dog.
It's not very nice.
It's not nice. The little water creatures, the little ley line water demons, are no longer to be seen. Everything is just water and is just slowly drying. You see small droplets as if it was the souls of the little ley line water demons just rise and evaporate into nothingness. And you see the steam kind of soak back into the ley line. And the single ley line branch off that you saw back at your home, you now see a little thicker. And the stronger point of the ley line, the brightness and the intensity of the ley line that you've been following kind of leaks and fades. The ley line still continues, but the intensity gets weaker. But there's a stronger branch that eventually fades, as if almost if it's trying to guide you. You're not sure if it's guidance or if it's just naturally like that.
Yeah.
You've not really been this far out.
No. So I'm gonna shake myself off, kind of on all fours, as I usually do as I wake up. Do one of those, and then just follow the line of the ley.
What is a ley line?
It's a ley line, love. You go that way.
Okay. So are you following the more intense line or the intense line that slowly fades?
The word, please. The more intense line that slowly fades.
Okay. It looks a lot closer than it is. It's still a couple of days travel, and for the most part, it goes uneventful. There's an occasional nature and natural thing that occurs. Like, oh, cool. Like it slowly begins to lose its charm as it becomes normal to you. But after 2.5 days, you finally you are directly under the branch, and you branch off to the west. Further on, you do see it kind of meander, almost as if it's like a sky river. But you know that it's still going to take you at least 3 days to get to that point. So as you follow it, as I said, mostly uneventful. The water demons, the ley line water demons do make another appearance. But for the most part, as it's been raining now, you know how they work.
Yeah, just gonna
as you're literally walking through the forest, as you're just drinking the water, and then just hear the occasional yay, and they once again they evaporate into the ley line as if they were never there. It's almost as if the ley line itself has effects on nature at any given point. It makes sense. If it makes magic more powerful, it surely should make nature a little bit more powerful, because nature is a form of magic. After 3.5 days, you manage to reach the meandering point, and you have finally made it out of the forest. And you just see plains, slightly hilly from time to time, But in the distance, you do see, so to your right, you see a tower with a stone, with a, if you could see it, you know it's going to be a large stone-like winged creature that doesn't move. It's purely there as an ornamental piece, as a symbol, if you like. And as you look slightly southwest of that, you do see you do see a river, which you're kind of near, and the river is flowing downwards, which means that you're clearly going in the right direction up against the river. And you see the occasional canal boat, a couple of tabaxis, two gnomes, 4 halflings, and 3 humans, just all on different canal boats, peddling some form of merch, different of each kind, spices, herb, occasional piece of clothing, jewelry, some more expensive exotic gems, and they're sailing up against the currents of the river. And as you follow the river with your eyes, you see in the distance another tower, which you're not sure what it is, but you can also see some slight rooftops and a long wall, almost as if it was some form of fortification. As all of the canal boats, which the canal boats aren't the canal boats that we see here today in the real world. They're more steampunky. They're more filled with metal and scraps and whatever they've managed to muster up. And there's an occasional like jolt of electricity, like electric energy that flows between two sides, as if it's jumping from one side to the other, and it seems to be projecting it forward. Um, they occasionally let on to you, like as they're going by, and as you're just walking along, but they slowly but surely begin to overtake you until eventually you're left on your own again. The company was nice whilst it lasted. Occasional chit chat here and there about the goods that they had, where they were from, what they've seen. You exchanged a couple of stories here and there. They weren't too exciting, so by the time you reach your final destination, you probably would have forgotten. Note to self: have a JD and Coke before, because god damn, the creative juices are right now. Stream anxiety, don't know her.
Okay, just gonna keep plodding along.
Yeah. So 3.5 days have gone by. How are you sustaining yourself? You can hunt, you can forage, or you can like fuck it on a ration pack.
I was gonna hunt in the river.
Okay, make me a survival check. Ooh, very nice.
That could have easily been a 1.
Very easily. As the water begins to settle from the canal boats and you just see the underwater current, as bears do, they're either gonna bat stuff out or they're gonna go full submerged with the face. And it's been a while since you've sensor reset and you decide to take the plunge. You just throw your face straight in and you hold your breath and slowly bubbles come out. And you're looking around and you see this big, juicy bass. And your eyes are tracking it. And it slowly makes its way over to investigate. And fast as lightning, and you yeet it out of the river. And you just see it flapping here, there, and everywhere. And it's trying to flap its way back into the river. And you're like, no, bitch.
Man.
And even though you're batting it, it shows no sign. At which point, you pull out the hammer and say, no! Boom! It is now tendered bass. You have tenderized the fish.
I have a bass tendy.
And the one bone that has going all the way, you just and as its ribs just shatter. Well, ribs. Congratulations, you have a big juicy fish. Shut the fuck up, chat. You're thinking too loud. Or was that just me?
And probably both you and chat.
Probably. So as you're like, you rip it in half and tear out the bones, and as you're this isn't something that you just sit down and eat. It's like, this is gonna last for at least an hour. So you just walk out.
Yep.
It's actually pretty fucking good. The freshest of fish. At this point, you are please hold. You are like 2 days. 2 days away from everything, and everything you slowly begin to see more small figurines, like figure-like people move around, which means you're getting close. As you approach, as 2 days go by, that fish was good enough, by the way, to have lasted you the 2 days. It was that big. It was like, it was a big motherfucker. So I am now going to share your map. Welcome to the outskirts of Zobek. You are approaching from the right side. No, because that's technically north, east. So on your map, it looks like it's south. But in actual terms, you're actually coming in from the east. So, like right to left. So you're heading west, but you're going to end up at the east entrance.
Okay.
Yeah? At which point, 2 guards, you could tell the guys because they just stood out there doing duties, like kind of letting people in, turning people away. The 4 people that you had met, they weren't too far ahead of you. Like once you were fully nourished and you kind of didn't close the distance, but kept the distance at where it was. And as you approach the gates, you see the last boat go in. Halt. State your business. Sorry. State your fucking business.
Here we go. We're back in fucking London.
We're back in fucking London. It's fucking canon.
I just look at kind of. There's two of them, aren't there?
Two.
Yeah.
One is you know what? Actually, do me a history check.
Okay. With the wahi sawi. 12.
Okay. You've heard enough rumors to know and connect the dots of what certain races are. This one seems to be a cross between a dragon and a lizard, which you associate with a dragonborn. Like they're the same height as a lizard, but with as a lizard folk, but have the facial structures of a dragon. The other is a human, which you haven't really seen many of. Bears tend to keep their distance from the humans.
Yes.
State your fucking business, I said. Fuck do you want? Their attire seems to be not like as if they were wearing the ultimate heavy armor, nor is it like fully metal armor. There's an occasional piece of clothing that matches it, like loose clothing. They're very prettily decorated, with trims, and their upper body is what seems to be with like a steel, like a silver metallic like material, as a chest piece. The helmets is kind of almost like a tricorn pyramid, kind of like goes into a semicircle curve with a very front. Got two flaps at the back and one at the front, wielding spears. One holds a spear, one holds a glaive.
That would make a mean sound if I knocked it off his head. But no, anyway. I just kind of look them up and down.
I said, state your fucking business.
On business. I've been sent to investigate a disappearance. Business?
Disappearance of what exactly?
Someone very important people. I trust you know how. What's the word? How spread out our kind of. The influence our elders have on certain areas. If you don't, fair enough, not everyone does.
I know of your folk. Bear folk, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I fucking know you. You ate 12 of my fucking friends.
Not me personally.
Not you personally, but you know. You're kind.
Our kind does a lot. I can't.
I mean, you to be honest, whilst he looks you up and down. Whilst you look like you could fucking crush a building, you seem somewhat on the friendly side.
I haven't got where I am today by pure brute. I believe that everyone deserves a chance at being nice.
Right.
And look, as I said, I'm here on an investigation. I need to speak to certain people. Never been here before. This isn't exactly ideal for me.
You say you need to speak to certain kind of people. What kind of people? We have all sorts of people here.
I gather you do. Hold, please.
From mages to fucking rogues, little bastards, to fucking folks like yourself, barbaric in appearance. We got some fighters. We got some clerics. We got hobbits. We got halflings. Gnomes. Like, you're gonna have to be a little bit more fucking specific, Lav.
Dab.
I like how you're managing to keep this fucking accent going.
It's fucking great. I was informed by an elder that there was an arcane. I'm gonna fucking brute this collegium
Collegium.
here.
Oh, well, you're at the fucking right entrance, Lav. You say elders. What were your elders? That might help narrow it down.
My elders
Like, what race? What race were they? We kind of have
are bear folk.
bear folk race. Oh, right. Oi, Jimmy. You remember who the bear folk elder is here in these parts? Fucking wait a minute, man. Like, you can see the struggle bus that this man is going through. The pure fucking mental gymnastics as steam begins to fucking flow through his fucking ears.
That's good.
Yeah. Orlando. His name's fucking Orlando.
How far did he go to bloom?
Really? Yeah. No, you want you want the human. Like he looks like a dick, but he's not. When I say look like a dick, he's old, he's grey, and he's a fucking asshole.
I've come across plenty of those in my time.
Well, I'm pretty sure you two will get along nicely.
She just looks at him for a minute and just stares.
But before you go in,
smiles.
you have to donate to the toll tax. The toll tax is something that helps this city fucking prosper.
And how much is said toll tax?
10 fucking gold. Meanwhile, you hear another guard walk past you. Oi! The fucking toll's 3 gold.
Kind of like look at him, nod, look at the guard, just smirking, go.
That guard the guard that said it was 3 gold was speaking to a halfling that is approaching. You just managed to catch wind of it because he didn't exactly make it quiet.
Yeah.
Another guard turns around. Oi! The fucking toll's 4 gold. Go ahead and make me a wisdom check.
Whiz. Oh, damn.
Oof, you have a -1 in wisdom?
Apparently so.
I thought you had a +1 in wisdom because you were proficient.
Oh. I don't know how.
What the fuck did you do?
I didn't
Oh,
do
wait, no.
anything.
Sorry, wisdom is a -1. It's your dump stat.
Yeah.
You have no fucking clue what's going on right now. Some are being charged more, some are being charged less. You chalk it up to this is just business.
So I'm gonna kind of. So at this point, I'm standing like. I obviously tower them. I'm gonna stiffen up, just bow my head towards him, and I'm like.
Intimidation check.
Given.
Okay, so make an intimidation check and tell me what you're gonna say.
You little fuck. Fucking 3.
I'll give you advantage because of your sheer size.
Do you want me to roll again?
Mm-hmm.
Seven.
Do you have actual dice handy?
I literally have a.
Because honestly, for the most part, your dice rolls have been all low as far as the random number generator goes today in
I have
Fantasy
a
Grounds.
single D20.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me a d20.
13!
Okay, plus your
That's more
2
like
for
it.
intimidation, 15.
So
what are you going to say?
I was going to say, given the nature of what I've just heard, I'm going to cut it down to 5. We good?
Do you even look like you got 5 fucking gold?
Would you like to dare to doubt me?
I'm not doubting you necessarily, love. It's just our fucking job, innit?
I appreciate that. So I'm going to kind of move my hand beside your gold. So kind of bring out 5 gold. And just
Do
kind
you
of...
have 5 gold on your person?
I currently have... I'm considering it's like gold is like GP, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have 10. So yes, I'm gonna kind of just get it out and...
Thank you for your kind fucking contribution. Welcome to Zobek, the Arcane Collegium. The Collegium District. Fucking welcome.
Thank you.
Fucking behave yourself.
I will certainly try. Kind of Talos.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Fucking hell. A fucking London accent. It's fucking canon.
All the guards are just not the Londoners.
Hey, at least I'm not going against any stereotypes here. Like, the Dragonborn and the fucking human are both from fucking London. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is...
Excuse me.
Nice.
Thank you.
Alright, so you are
Blue dabba-dee.
here. Do you see the arrow?
Wait, let me zoom out.
It should be like a red arrow. Right at the
yep.
yeah. You are here.
I see it. Okay, there I am.
As you walk through the gates, you are immediately overwhelmed. This is not as busy as other districts, but it's definitely busy. Let me just do this and do this. Oh, wait, no, fuck that up. Hold on, please hold. I fucked up.
I know.
I fucked up the sounds, which I didn't give you the fucking link to, by the way. So you've been listening to nothing, whilst everybody else has been listening to in-game sounds.
Oh. I forgot about that bit.
I mean, just slide in your DMs real quick.
All I hear are the voices.
There you go.
The voices.
Yeah, it's not. What? Becky? Hello?
Hi.
Where the fuck did you go?
I don't know.
Your camera went. Oh, you're having trouble connecting your guest. Returning to queue.
Hang on. Am I back?
Please hold with technical issues. Please hold chat. Waiting for guest to connect. Getting ready.
It shot me. That's
Did
rude.
did your internet shit the bed?
Huh. Google Chrome, obviously, just
Oh, was it Chrome?
yeah.
Okay, please hold chat. You know what? Actually, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break. I need to pee.
Ooh.
And I can just touch base with Becky and see how things are going. We're gonna go ahead and pause tabletop audio, and we're gonna throw on some arcane anthems. Enjoy the tunes whilst we're away, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll do this through text.
Yeah. Right, come on, off. 2 seconds. My mum needs me.
Alright, I am back. Are you back, Becky Boo?
I will be 1 second. I am needed.
Son of a bitch. In that case, we'll go over here. Hi, how you doing, chat? We're back. Welcome back. I hope you're all enjoying the session so far. I think I have found the secret code to not having nerves. Chin chin. And for the sake of YouTube VOD, because I'm not sure what you can get away with, this is absolutely not adult juice. This is just Coca-Cola, zero, with nothing extra added. But for those who are watching in the YouTube video itself, I appreciate your being here. Thank you for the 125 question mark subscribers we have over there. I am trying to get out some more long and short form content over on the YouTube. So if you happen to be seeing it, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I love your faces. Thank you very much. Welcome to Rogue HQ if you do. If you don't, I get it. Have a good day. And if you're watching without subscribing, why aren't you subscribed? Like, do the thing. Alright, you back?
Hello.
Alright, we are back, which means we can continue with this. So I sent you the link to the medieval town.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to put my face up?
I do. I do.
Found it.
I do. Ooh, ooh. Slot guest. Where's your video?
There. I'm looking at it.
No, hold on. Twitch is having issues. This is annoying. There you are. Show on stream. Ta-da. Okay, we're good. Sorry for the technical issues. Alright, so. You are immediately overwhelmed with the people and the scents, the smells, the sounds of this area. For the most part, the Collegium district is more on your left than your right. Once you look to the right, you begin to see kind of shacks and makeshift houses, a couple of stores here and there, but you, from that angle, from that side, you smell all kinds of fish, like fresh, old, so you get that really horrible fishy smell. You see some business transactions go down, and you see a couple of bars, taverns here and there. For the most part, there's kobolds, rats, shady last looking motherfuckers over there. Hey, what is that? Are they ice gems? I've not had those for years. Sorry, distraction. Not sponsored by Ice Gems, by the way. Also not sponsored by Back Daniels. What are we? Also not sponsored by Jack Daniels. Daniel's back can stay where it is.
Ew.
Baby got back.
Daniel's baby.
Anywho,
Anyway.
some business transactions, and for the most part, you kind of get the vibe that it's shady as fuck. You don't really know too much about Shady other than from Oberon. Like, you know he's dealt with an occasional back alley deal, but beyond that, you know nothing of that world. He's kind of kept that away from you for your own protection. Because if you were to be involved, we all know how it's going to end out. Blood, skulls, and liver everywhere. On the left side of town, once you start approaching what we're gonna call the town square, the arcane square, close enough. There is a statue of a winged like humanoid, which just represents the center of the town. You're not sure who it's of. There's no sign, no nothing. But to the left, you begin to take in that people around here there's more arcane focused people here than there is of any other kind, but there are other kinds here. There's big brutish figures, there's shady looking motherfuckers. By the way, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
Nice. There is a small child, human child, joined with his friends. The human child barges past you, and as a distraction, the dragonborn child begins to try and pick your pocket, and you catch him in the act, as he literally has his hand on your gold purse.
Gonna slowly look down at him. And just, what can I do for you?
Hello, mister. Hi. You don't need this, right?
Unfortunately, I do, my dear.
As he says, you don't need this, right? You feel the start of a tug, as if he's gonna lift it anyway. The balls on this kid.
So, as he begins to like slowly take it out, I'm just gonna grab his scruff and just slowly start lifting him up.
I can fly. Look, Dave, look. The kid's like, no, that's not flying. Let go of the pouch.
I would listen to your friend.
He looks at the pouch, and then he looks at you. His eyes begin to widen and almost well up.
I'm just gonna like kind of just
He's
go up and down.
scrawny. Clearly not had a meal in 2 days. Clearly.
As much as I do not like. You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna like just like, has he actually like, is he holding the pocket of
As you lifted him up, his hand is kind of like still down there, clutching at the purse.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is like lift up my purse for me, and then I want you to open it and take out 2 coins, and only to show me them when you have taken them out. Otherwise, you will fly, and not in a good way.
Make me a perception check. I'll give you advantage.
21.
He takes out 3, tries to hide 1, and shows you 2.
Just look at him, and then I slowly, like, I hold my other hand out. I'm like, right, and now give the purse back to me.
So are you disguising the fact that you know?
Yeah.
Make a deception check. Okay. Okay. He hands you back the bag slowly.
I'm gonna very quickly like snap my hand shut, but be very careful not to like catch his fingers. And then I'm gonna slowly lower him to the ground and then let go. But
He
before
fucking
he like,
bolts.
okay, he bolts. Fair enough. I'm just
He
gonna
he
watch him
he
go.
Usain bolts out of this bitch.
And then I'm just gonna put the like thing back in my
So take 3
yeah.
gold pieces off off
There we
your
go.
total. Thank you. An old man dressed in old an old man dressed in a whole bunch of red and red robes and a bandolier. I kind of as he's walking past his walking stick. He's grey, slightly receding hairline. Um, his beard, whilst completely grey, is still very well kept. And he just chuckles as he approaches you. That was very kind of you.
Well, he's a child.
You know, in this place, it doesn't matter what you are. In some places around here, that kid would have lost his entire hand.
Get that impression. Still, I am not one to let, no matter who they are, I cannot let
Volume
another
up a little
being.
bit.
I move my mic a bit.
Mhm.
Just like no matter who he is, what he is, I cannot stand by and just know that he's starving. At least now he may have a chance of something. And he may be more careful about who he picks on.
Kids these days, they're ballsy. They don't give a shit. You could be the meanest looking motherfucker in here, and they would still try and pick your pockets.
That sounds like my brother.
Oh, tell me more. At this point, he kind of puts his hand on your back as you begin to walk uh towards a set of buildings. It's a very slow pace as he is old. It's like his walking speed would be 5 feet.
Oh,
Like he's old.
yeah. Kind of just take no notice to the hand on my back. I mean, this guy, could suddenly surprise me and be an acrobat of a fucking 17-year-old. But I sigh to say, my brother's very daring. Reminds me quite a bit of that child.
Gotta do what you gotta do to get by, right?
Indeed, and we have.
So tell me, where are you from? What brings you here? You don't see many of your folk around here.
I'm searching
Searching
for
is
someone.
good.
On any other case, it would be, but someone is missing, and
Someone close to you?
possibly try not to kind of let things slide too much.
Okay.
Fair to say we had an eventful past month. My elders have assigned me with coming here to see if I can find out any more information
Well, in order to find out more information, you kind of need to give a little bit more information. Kind of how things work around here. Give and give. Give to take to give.
I'm sure you can appreciate my apprehension.
Absolutely. I am from the Arcane Collegium itself. Um my name's Orlando.
Ah,
I
the
am
guard.
I am one of the um please hold. Yeah, where's my mouse? There it is. I wouldn't go far as one of the guards, but you see all of these clockwork creatures that you see roaming around. And as he says that, you see like a half human with metal spider legs just click, 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 as he walks past, just completely naturally minding his own business. People not really paying too much attention to it. There is one with a completely clockwork arm. There are completely full blown clockwork creatures. Um, I help. Well, I helped. I make all of these. These are kind of what protect us. Don't necessarily have a mind of their own, but they know enough to protect and serve.
The guards informed me that we're here, and perhaps you may be able to help me. My
Yeah, the guards are
mother.
usually apprehensive about who they let in here. Um, with an exception from myself, today is an exception. I'm usually quite scruffy looking. They don't usually let just anybody in. It has to be a specific form of business. So they were just doing their job.
Oh, I can appreciate that, and they weren't so bad. Not the worst I've certainly come across. But my my mother is the one who is missing. She fairly well respected Archdruid. Um, for 3 days, she has well, she disappeared, and we have no leads, which in our case is usually pretty rare by this stage. We have lost too much already, and to lose another one of our kind would be too much, I fear, at this rate. So that is why I am here. I am searching for anything could even hint at where my mother could be.
Um, Before he gets serious, he makes a joke. Ah, yes, searching. Let me know when you found my mind. As he seemed to be a little bit unhinged most of the time. Today is a quiet day. I am gathering the chaotic energy needed for creation. As this conversation draws to an end, you do find yourself outside the Arcane Collegium. Coming in. Tea, coffee, something a little stronger, perhaps. I don't know. Do you drink something a little stronger?
We have been known to, but I will partake in some tea. Thank you.
Ah, excellent taste. He lists you off like a gajillion flavors, from breakfast tea to green tea to jasmine to sakura,
Peppermint.
peppermint. Like he just keeps going on and on and on.
I will have the simple breakfast tea, but if you have any honey, I wouldn't mind a little dash.
As somebody who
So
is
posh.
as somebody who is primarily dealing or who deals with bear folk and is knowledgeable, to the audience there, fuck you, Aries. Uh, as much as I the one who does the guards here, I am a little knowledgeable in your kind, and I do absolutely keep honey for occasions like this. And he pulls out he almost treats it like it was alcohol. Like there is a special kind of honey that he's kept for bear folk, and then there is just generic honey. Like the generic honey that goes through all of the process that it goes through, and is like extra sweet and artificial. And then he pulls out the raw stuff. Like he goes into the back, pulls up the beehive, and just lets it just right off. Like he just takes off big combs and just plunk, plunk. One lump or two.
Two, please. She's just staring in awe.
Like these lumps are they're like, if you were to stack sugar cubes, it's like a 2x2. And about the same thickness. And he just pours the hot water slowly over it so it gets more so it melts quicker. And he just stirs it. And when he takes out the spoon, it's almost like a syrup. And he hands you a cup. Fresh from the bees. Just how you bears like it.
I can't thank you enough.
That'll be 20 gold. But he says that with a twinkle in his eye.
She just kind of winks at him as she takes a sip.
One thing you'll know being around here is that whilst you're in the Collegium district, everybody within Zobek, it's kind of a business transaction in some cases. Most valuable form of currency is information. As long as you have something to offer, somebody else will meet it. And what you desire the most will probably require more information. Be careful, as you've already witnessed a couple of pickpockets here and there. That's the least of your worries. How much do you know about Zobek?
This is one of the places we know very little about. This is not somewhere many of us have traveled, and if we have, I haven't heard any tales.
Awesome. Well, this is the city where, well, first off, it is a capital city. There are 7 of them. This one being more to the west at this point. There's not much further beyond here. I say not much further in comparison, before you just reach open water and then the void. You haven't really known what this world was like. For the most part, a lot of wildlife that live central in the forest don't know that the world is in fact flat. And that once you get to the edge and look into the void looks back. So he explains that as you have a look of confusion on your face when he says the void, he explains that the world is flat. You can go in there. I just personally wouldn't, honestly. It's still a mystery as to what is in the void. Think of it as the ocean, where there's only a very small percentage that has been explored. Even less has been explored in the void. Even our experts have been at it for generations and thousands of years. But this city in itself, whilst has no actual ruler, the people up in the Griffin area, um, the Citadel aspect of things, they think they like to own the place because of their sheer size, numbers, and strength. But for the most part, it's just shady underground business transactions. And from time to time, murders do happen, but that's usually as a result of a bad business transaction. So if you do happen to make any shady business transactions, make sure you keep your word. That's some free advice.
One thing we bears are known for is that word. So
So, tell me more. I might be able to help. I do know this place quite a lot. I find myself, I may be old and I may walk slow, but when my mind is set to it and I'm searching for inspiration, I can circle the city within the day.
just because you're old doesn't mean you're not useful.
True, true. Spoken with
haven't-
wisdom. I like it. As he's waiting for you, kind of sits down, puts on two singular monocles that refocus, and then he just like kind of expand and shrink as he's trying to find the right focus, and he just begins tinkering away, tink 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 tink, and starts playing with some gears and just making something.
Okay. So she kind of like settles back, still kind of holding the tea with both paws.
He pulls something out of his drawer that's a little stronger in his cup. Gluck, 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 and he's continue working. So, would you like some?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Yes, please.
Gluck, 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 gluck. There's like 5 shots within there.
I just swirl it around and then take a massive gulp.
It tastes good. The mixture of the alcohol and the honey together is it's almost like he's just made a form of mead.
I was gonna say it's mead. So she kind of at this point is not really sure whether she's like looking at him or looking through him. And said, my mother was working with the elders quite some time. None of us are really sure on what. My brother and I, we were away, I say, for 3 days or more. I would like to say we were doing something of brain work.
He chips in his ritualistic nature. Forgive me assuming, but I'm just judging by the way that you have lines on your body. I assume that's some form of significance.
It is, but I would like to say we were doing something good towards that. But
Okay.
both my brother and I are very similar in the fact that we spent 3 days just dealing with certain emotions.
Move the mic closer a little bit. Yeah.
I don't think I ate for 3 days.
I can tell you didn't eat for 3 days. You're a bit on the skinnier side for a bear.
She's just gonna kind of agree and like let the comment pass because it's not meant like
Yeah, right. It's not meant
harmfully.
maliciously.
No. My brother and I returned, and my father wanted to speak to us, as did the elders. And normally, when the elders want to talk to us, it's either to do with a task or a request, especially when it comes down to both my brother and I. I've never seen my father so lost. As I said, my mother has been gone for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have not told.
How long did it take you to get here?
I would say about a week.
So your mum has been missing by this point, what, 10 days?
About. There was no easy way for us to quickly gather information. We'd already sent trackers. Her scent had well left us. My brother is off to the east,
That's a
and
very vast land.
for him, it's doable. He's fast. It's manageable.
Hi,
He
puppy.
survives. Hi, baby. Now, before my brother woke me up, and I have not told him. I didn't get round to telling him this. I was having a dream.
Ooh, dreams. I do like me some dreams.
I'm
At
glad
this
one of
point,
us
his
does.
speed and his work kind of accelerates a little bit. Tink, 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 tink.
Leans forward. Now, my dreams are never normally right. They've always been haunting, but this one particularly
Interesting.
so.
Tink, 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 tink.
I
Click,
saw
click,
my
click,
mother
click,
and
click, 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 click,
father
click, 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 click.
age before me, and I didn't think too much of it. I know my dreams can be too obscure sometimes, and given the events of the last week and a half, I knew I was in for some exhausting nights. But when my father told me my mother was missing, the pieces seemed to click together in a way.
Oh, so.
It's like a warning. I don't know. She kind of suddenly like almost jolts as if she remembers something else. It's like, oh, there was another one. To which my brother said, it may become clear while I'm here. There were people who were sat around a table. Now, obviously, faces, could not see them, obscured. But as one person went to talk to someone else, the dream stopped. Now I've been having that dream, same dream, growing intensity for I can't say how many weeks. And it all just seems too familiar and it's happening too often for my liking.
Hmm.
And now with my mother disappearing, it just doesn't seem right. My mother's not the type to just disappear without even sending something to let us know what she's doing or where she is, even if it's something the elders cannot speak of. She will let us know she is alive. We haven't had nothing. I just want answers. and the bear folk are never normally at such a loss. But here I am.
Circular table, you say?
It sort of had a taverny / innkeep feel to it. I've not been in many, but
Well, believe it or not, there's not very many taverns around here that have circular tables. Circular tables. Did you notice the condition of the table? Roll me a history check.
mouse, please. 5.
I will give you advantage because it's a dream that you have had with some intensity for some length of time now.
Come on. Hey.
That's a little
14.
better. You noticed that there were chunks of the table missing, that it was poor quality, and one leg was, off, which makes the entire thing completely unstable. Like, rick, like it just rocks back and forth when you apply the appropriate weight.
This table, it is not right. Anyway, the table, it had almost a leg missing.
So we immediately go to the poorer side of the city.
Yes, it did not look well kept, to say.
Interesting. He takes 3 gargantuan gulps of this now alcoholic honey beverage. So that leaves us to one of 2 places. Lower Zobek, which is about 2 miles from here, or the Kobold Ghetto, which is roughly the same distance, just a few 100 feet apart. Could you tell who was inside?
Interestingly, kind of. There was what seemed to be an elf-like creature, a very, very small, I want to say rat type creature.
A rat, you say?
Yes, he was, or they were.
There is one rat who seems to have a bit of notoriety about them, and there's been an ongoing court case up at the Citadel over the last few years. Did you catch a name? History check. Whilst there was no audio, in your dreams. You did manage to see some lips move. So I'm gonna ask you to roll a perception to see if you could lip read. Not a chance.
Name
To you, it sounds like bead or bathe.
Babe.
Bathe. V.
Yeah, with B almost.
His eyes are beginning to widen with interest. Carry on.
Something like babe? I don't. My dreams
Are you
are.
sure it wasn't Beeve? They sound similar, and that
They're
is one of the rat
very
folk that
similar.
has a lot of notoriety at the moment.
And then I would say yes, it is Beeve.
That would then lead us to the Kobold Ghetto. Rat folk are usually quite welcome in the Kobold Ghetto because around here, kobolds and rats are of the same class. Borderline. I'd say slaves, but they do get paid, just not an adequate wage to live off, which is why it's called the Kobold Ghetto. But they tend to thrive at night, and they have managed to make their own interesting little. I almost want to say paradise. It seems like they thrive in the chaos that they build.
Hmm.
Maybe there you'll find your answer.
Maybe so.
All you do is you simply follow the path, head to the Crown Square, and actually, yeah, just head, follow this road to the first left, and when you should see a bridge. Go over that bridge, and you're basically there. It'll take you half an hour. Yeah.
That is not long at all.
The thing about this place is that it's absolutely huge. It's at least 10 miles,
Oh.
like from side to side, which is why you'll notice that we have basic transport, like just a generic crossing carriage. It's completely free. So if ever you feel the need to travel from one side of the city to the other, just make sure you got some horse feed on you. That's all they ask.
Well, I don't like to ask for something for nothing, as it were, so noted.
Um, but I honestly hope you find the problems. I hope you solve them. I'll I'll um I'll throw some messages around and see if I get anything back. I have a few contacts that might know something. I'm not promising anything, but it's a possibility. And if not, I'm pretty sure that they know somebody who knows somebody.
Well,
We're all somewhat connected here somehow, whether it be through friendship, business relationship, or just reputation. Being the former, reputation seems to be the key one here.
the possibility alone means a lot. So, if I can do anything to repay you for your kindness and, well, your kindness, please do let me
All
know.
I ask is that you spread the word of A, my incredibly fantastic tea, and B, that I am always open to business opportunities in creating gear work for people. I can create a lot of things. Things that may even prove useful in an adventure in a tight spot. Maybe even combat, depending on what you ask for.
I have a feeling that they provide useful and something my brother would probably go crazy over. But
Your
yes,
brother seems like the very roguish type.
What makes you say that?
Well, what you have just said, and the fact that you turned around and said that you was somewhat of a speed demon.
To put it mildly, yes. We are as similar as we are opposite.
Hmm. True siblings.
Very close. Yes.
Okay, well, this was fun.
You just like next the rest of the
He
team.
just fucking downs it. He lets out like a 4 out of 10 belch.
She's gonna let out one that's even louder.
I should have expected nothing less from a bear. Um. Yeah, I'm basically the guild master of this district. So if you need me, I'll be around. I am busy, but that's primarily tinkering and making stuff. I'm always looking at, what the next big creation is. If you head over to the Clockwork District in the northwest, you'll see a lot of my work there. And perhaps bump into some colleagues. But whilst this has been fun, it is getting late, and I am not exactly wanting any more company. So if you wouldn't mind fucking off, that'd be fantastic.
Indeed. You have a restful night.
Oh, I think I will after one more of these teas. Oof.
And we'll keep the nice honey, for
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Just kind of like nods and then heads out.
As long as you spread the news of this honey to other bear folk.
Oh, I will. And my word tends to carry a lot between us barefoot. So you may have people visiting, or bears rather.
Okay, fantastic. He kind of ushers you out quickly as his brain kind of just explodes. No, explodes in a different level of creative juices. Go, 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 go. And as he closes the door, you immediately hear clang, 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 ting, ting, ting. Clang, 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 ting, 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 clang, 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 ting, ting, clang, ting, clang, ting, clang. Aha! Ting, 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 ting. As he's just gone completely, absolutely ham with gears.
Turn back and be like, okay, and moving on.
So, what do you do?
So I'm going to head. Hang on. Gonna head for the Kobold Ghetto.
Okay.
So yeah, head for the brunch.
It's late evening, not quite full sunset, but you can see the orange glow of the sun setting over the city, and it actually looks quite nice. It paints the city in a different light, although it's the way that it shines is almost symbolic of whilst people have the good intentions, they go the really fucking shady way about it. As the shadows slowly begin to reach their peak, as the sun is setting, like as far as the shadows will stretch. Some places more than others, obviously. You cross the bridge, and as you're walking, you almost miss it. You almost miss the main entrance, as it's not very clearly labeled or noticeable. The only thing that you notice is two kobold guards. which is the only indication.
Mm.
They just stood there, full attention. One's smoking, the other one's not.
Okay. Kind of like meander on up. And obviously, I'm going to slow down as I get to the guard just to make it known that I'm not going to fucking bolt my way through.
Fucking hell. You're fucking tall. The fuck do you want? We're now back in London.
Hello, Londoner.
Alright, you fucking tall motherfucker.
You're fucking
Fucking
sweetheart.
hell.
So,
At
she's
this
just
point,
gonna...
kind of like, fucking hell, my back, bruv.
So, as he does that, she like backs up a little bit and just drops with her like dong onto all fours.
Oh,
Like,
that's a little fucking better. Fucking hell.
there we go.
Oh my
I'm looking.
fucking neck, though. Fucking hell.
I would. No. When I've stopped dying,
Mm-hmm.
she kind of just not like it's between a huff and a sigh. Tilts her head like I'm looking for a tavern or something that's in the ghetto.
Oh,
I would.
we've got a fucking couple of taverns here. What's your interest?
I'm
Classy or fucking shady? And he says the shady with almost like a mischievous grin.
yeah. Well, I believe it's probably going to be shady.
Ah, fucking welcome. You come to the right fucking place, love.
I'm looking for particular. Well, I'm following a lead, looking for a particular
Where's the
individual.
fucking lead? I don't see a fucking lead.
Just kind of just stares at him. I'm following information. Put it that way.
Ah, fucking I love me some information. What kind of fucking information, love?
Do you know of a beeve?
That little fucking shitlord. Yeah, I fucking know, beef. Tried to get in a fucking freebie.
Ah, well,
Little fucking cunt.
they are of particular importance to said information.
The
Hence why
fuck does a bear want with a goddamn rat?
now that you say that, I'm beginning to think myself. But nevertheless, here we are. Again, I'm following information.
Well, the entry's 5 fucking gold. Take it or fucking leave it.
Bollocks. Hang on.
That's the fucking price to enter the Kobold Ghetto. As you can fucking see, we're not exactly the fucking Citadel. We don't exactly shit fucking gold and wipe our asses with liquid fucking gold paper like the fucking twats up fucking north.
Yes.
So,
Well,
5 fucking gold or fuck off.
here's where the problem lies.
Or what that fucking might be.
I have little gold, thank you to some very handsy children.
Fucking sucker. You fucking fell for the fucking muggers when you fucking walked in. Fucking mug.
Well, they would be too easy to kill, so I let them go. I have a need.
Should have fucking killed them. Fucking little blotters.
I'm not in the interest of killing children, no matter what they are. Maybe I could do a deal.
Oh, I fucking like deals. The fuck you got to offer?
Myself. That sounds really
Oh,
bad.
mate, you're not really my fucking type, love.
Where? I didn't mean in that way. Look, I have a fair amount of. I have skills.
What kind of fucking skill? Yeah! What fucking kind of skill? The other one now chips in, like just flicking the cigarette dim.
Just like, oh.
Yeah! What fucking skills you got?
So those like nice. Those like
He
now
did that.
those yeah. It's like she goes, huh, nice. As he kind of comes over after flicking his cigarette, the lines on like all over her are gonna start to kind of really like glow.
Oh, great, so you're fucking glow in the dark bear. The fuck am I gonna do without a fucking night lamp? Yeah! A fucking night lamp! This second one seems to have no fucking mind of his own. He's clearly the ass kisser.
She blocks, like she just pretends he's not there. Not even gonna bother with like a no nonsense mouth breather. Fucking hell. I can do a lot of damage to a lot of people.
Well, we don't necessarily like fucking damage around here. We're a bit of a fragile fucking area. Like, we fucking work at night to make all of this shit. And even then, you fucking blowing it, it'll probably fall over. We don't like damage. Sorry, fucking love. Sorry. Not fucking happening. What else you fucking got?
Fucking hell.
The cat wants up.
Uppies?
I fucking told. No! We are not doing uppies!
I wondered how long it would take you to notice. She
Wait,
kinda
to be
gets
fucking honest with you though, we don't really have a fucking lot of your stature, your build. You might make use of a fucking bouncer. Give me your best fucking intimidation, love. Go on, give it to me.
as
At
like,
which point, at this point, I will give you advantage on the intimidation.
so those like lines are gonna slightly darken, but her eyes are gonna.
Oh,
Not
that's
sure what's gonna
fucking
happen,
scary.
but she's gonna like lock eyes with him, and he's like, she slowly is gonna kind of come up onto her hind legs again, kind of like shoulders forward.
Roll an intimidation check with advantage. So instead of rolling it twice, in the bottom left where you see the 0 modifier, you'll have ADV. Click it.
Okay, hang on, let me just yeet this thing out of the way because I've already clicked on it. Ignore that one. Okay, intimidation.
Yeah. Fucking intimidation, love.
Oh, you twat.
You should be proficient in that.
I pressed the doodah. Hang on. But yeah, anyway.
You haven't rolled?
Oh, I did.
No. You gotta roll it inside the chat box in order for it to
That
work.
makes sense.
17. Fucking hell.
She's gonna like a very low
Fucking
guttural
God,
sound.
fucking save me. Look at the fucking balls on this. You know what, you fucking Paslav. Fucking hell.
Her nose is like inches away from his. She's like,
Might I
really?
suggest a fucking mint too? Fucking hell. That breath alone, you have to put somebody out. Fucking hell. But no, you fucking pass, Lav. You fucking pass.
Gonna kind of like straighten up.
But fucking hell, your breath.
We are bears. Isn't exactly going to be fragrant.
Oh, it's fucking fragrant, alright. Go on, in you fucking go.
Thank you.
You don't fucking... Just promise you'll get a fucking mint. Fucking hell.
I'll get 2 just for you.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Congratulations! You've managed to bullshit your way inside the Kobold Ghetto. Are you walking on 2 hind legs?
I'm gonna stay on 2 hind legs at this point.
Okay. Everything seems fucking small.
Yeah, it's like...
Smaller than normal. Because outside of the Kobold Ghetto, everything is of human-like size. Kobolds are no taller than 3 feet. No bigger than 5. Sorry, no taller than 5 feet. And so all of their buildings to you, little miss, I don't have your size.
I think I was like 7 foot.
Oh, yeah, 7 feet. So everything is... It's a little disproportionate of how you're going to fit in some of the buildings, as they don't really cater to the tall folk. But you're just boom, boom, boom.
I'm basically like, you know, in Ghostbusters, like the big marshmallow man. I'm basically just that.
Kind of, yeah. Just not quite as big. As you're walking the streets of the Kobold Ghetto, every single kobold walking past you is like, fucking hell. Look at the fucking size of her. Fuck. How's she gonna get in a fucking building? And like, they're not talking shit. They're just really surprised at how tall you are. It's not every day that a bear just happens to walk through the Kobold Ghetto minding its own fucking business.
Tell everybody.
You see some people, kobolds, different humanoid races alike, sat outside having a drink outside a tavern. The tavern is called the Five Tails. As you get closer, and you literally see a fox with 5 tails. No, I didn't just rip that from Naruto. Shut the fuck up. You know what? I'll do you one better. It's a dragon with 5 tails. A kobold with 5 tails. There you go. What do you do?
So I'm gonna, as I get closer, and they're kind of like clocked around me, that obviously everything is smaller. So I'm gonna take the executive decision to now draw all fours.
Okay.
Try and do it like, yeah, just kind of sidle up outside and way up the. Am I going to be able to get into this place?
As you approach the entrance, one of the bouncers steps forward and like looks you up and down. Now, I my fucking self have a little bit of an issue getting in. Because he's not just any kobold. He is a 4'2" brick shithouse of a kobold. These are known as swobolds. Because you laugh now, but there is an official D&D fucking
I'm not surprised.
NPC stat block for a swobold. They are the steadheads. I have no fucking clue how you're gonna get in. Oi! Barkeep! How's she gonna get in? The look of just disbelief on the barkeep's face. It's like, looking around for some form of inspiration. Try the crowbar! The what? The crowbar! And you throws him a crowbar. The fuck am I gonna do with this? No, 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 no! Speak to the fucking cleric! He might be able to help! Oh! At which point, a golden blonde dog that walks on... It's a humanoid dog. Can walk on all fours, but more often than not walks on 2 legs. Has plausible thumbs and the face of a dog. Golden Labrador, basically. Would you like to see a picture?
Yeah.
We actually have character art. I actually didn't import it yet, so please forgive me. I go ahead and do this, and then do this, and then do... That's the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Please hold.
Oh.
That's also the wrong thing. There you go. There you go. On stream.
Oh.
That was actually commissioned by Red Queen Hales, by the way. I will find her deets right now.
Oh, yes, please do.
Her links will also be in the description on YouTube, so make sure you fucking check that out and show her some love. Copy and pasta. She does all kinds of commissions, Twitch commissions and all that good stuff. If you want emotes, banners, all that good stuff, she's there.
You put your own link in, bub.
Huh? Oh,
you put
what?
your own link.
Wow, GG's.
There we go.
There you go.
Thanking much.
Yep. She actually spent a few days creating that masterpiece for me and actually had a lot of fun as I told her that it was basically a humanoid in... I see that face, Becky. I know that face. I know that face very, very, very well. But yes, also, I told her that it was basically a golden retriever humanoid from the House of Good Boy, and she was immediately, I want in. No hesitation. The response time was instantaneous. So, by all means, check her out. She is also a spice merchant, for those who are in the know of what spice merchant is. And we stan our spice workers.
We do indeed.
Got to keep it friendly for the YouTube. If YouTube is unfamiliar with spice workers, Think of a hot dog and what happens, how you make a hot dog. A thing. You get the gist, okay? You get the gist. He approaches forward and he kind of wags his tail, kind of happy to see you, as it's something new, something shiny. I see your problem. Yeah, you fucking see the problem, fucking, don't you? Fucking hell. And for those who are listening, I know I've said the F-bomb a lot, but that's how I keep the accent going, okay? That's how I keep the accent going. At least to the best of my current ability. Yeah, no, the crowbar's not going to do anything here. Let me grab the gnome. I'll be right back. Seconds later, a gnome, no taller than 3 foot. Jesus! No, I just actually say Jesus. Fucking hell. You're a bear.
Yes. And you're a gnome. Huh.
He is sporting a red triangular shaped hat. I see the problem. And he pulls out his wand and he closes his eyes, mumbles some incantation. I don't know. Why do you feel attacked, Viper? He says some incantation and the door expands itself. Yeah, should be good now. Quickly, doesn't last long.
Thank you. Just kind of scuttling.
Boom, 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 boom. And as your little fucking tail, the very back gets in, the door shrinks.
Kind of in there, like.
I've been trying so hard not to do the Irish.
Not yet.
I've been trying so hard. I'm waiting for the right NPC to come along. As you're walking in, it's a little difficult. And he's like, I'll have to make this permanent. Claps his hands, spits in both, ropes them together, pulls out his wand, closes his eyes, says the same kind of incantation with a few extra things, and the entire space kind of is now bear friendly. Everybody else seems to grow with it, but not, they grow within proportion of the space. So it's like they're still the same size, just not until they leave. Once they leave, it's like they were never that size. And now you literally see this. As somebody walks past you and the scent catches your nose, you turn around and watch them. This was a 4'2" gnome. Gnomes never go past 3 foot. So this was borderline a dwarf-sized gnome. Okay? And as he walks out the door, whip, they don't even notice. There's no brain registry, no nothing. They just walk through. And they've gone from 4'2" to 3'1". In the blink of an eye.
So Rin just kind of looks around and is like, kind of goes, thanks. It's like feeling a little bit guilty because they didn't have to do that,
They
but they went
kind of
out of their
did
way.
because accessibility. We're all about that. And the fact that we didn't want your dump truck brushing past people's backs and making them spill drinks.
I would have stayed outside, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ah, don't mention it. My name.
My name's Jess.
My name, yeah. No. I fucking hate you so much. Please hold. You know what? I remember his name. My name is Bernard Thistletwig. Now, that's not spelled Bernard. That's spelled Bernard with an apostrophe. Because, let's face it, you add an apostrophe in anything D&D, it becomes D&D. Constable Bernard Thistletwig. Or, I'd prefer if you didn't, but I'm also known as the Guppy. Now, you know Guppy to be a type of fish.
Mm.
Because crunch.
Plenty of them.
Right.
Cool.
What brings you? I am also the local law enforcement. I say local. Yeah, no, we'll go with local. It's easy to explain that way.
Fair enough. Well, Bernard, it is nice to meet you.
No. Bernard.
Bernard.
Like you're burning down a tree and you're well hard.
When you say burn down tree, the look of like abject horror in her face as she goes back to normal.
Bernard.
Bernard.
No, Bernard.
Bernard.
Excellent.
Okay. I'm not in the city much, but
That's fair.
I'm here. I'm seeking information. I was just
We like information. It seems to be like the moment that you say I'm looking for information, it seems to be an ongoing trend that everybody that you speak about this says we like information. Almost as if it's, as what Orlando mentioned before, a premium currency.
Yes.
Do tell. Come sit down.
And she does. She like follows him, settles, and
Now, here's the fun bit. As you approach a circular table, you notice a chunk missing out of it. You also notice that there is a leg shorter than the rest of the three. And there are three other figures sat at the table. One is a pointy-eared humanoid. You've heard of the elves. They somewhat inhabit the same area as you, but keep themselves to themselves. You have like a mutual peace treaty that's unwritten. You have a rat folk who is about 3'2", and you have a feathery black friend. Those you're not familiar on what they are, but you definitely recognize the color and the shape from your dreams.
so is kind of like this all kind of registers like chill. I just get chills instantly and kind of before I can catch it, I go, oh.
Is everything okay?
She kind of
Take a seat, take a seat, take a seat.
take
Please,
him,
please,
like,
please,
take
please.
the seat, take a moment to kind of compose myself. And
This
like,
chair now expands to bear size friendly.
nice. She doesn't notice and just like pats the chair. Just ooh, chair for me. But Bailey, just to kind of get herself like grounded. I know I keep switching between I and
You know, it's fine,
first
it's
person.
fine, it's fine. You get immersed in the character, it's all good.
So sits there and just exhales and just goes, sorry, bear with me. I dreamed about this too long ago, and
About me?
this very table, this very setting, and now, as it turns out, yes, I couldn't make out faces, or I couldn't really make out words or sounds, but at this exact moment, I dreamed, and I have been dreaming, growing intensity for which I'm now believing is probably not a dream.
Curious.
No premonition. Look, this is. She just waves her paws. It's like, I came here, as I said before, for information. I'm looking for someone. I met Orlando.
Ah, yes, good friend of mine.
He is very kind, very generous.
Yes, he always
fellow.
is. Although chaotic.
Yes. But I suppose that adds to his charm. And then the rat. Beeve.
At this point, Beeves is Twitch, and that is where we'll end it.
Bye. Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for watching. I don't even know who is in here, how many we have, or who's like whatever. But
I don't know.
I want to go ahead and raid. Let me see if an individual is. Nope, they are not. Okay, we're gonna go and find out. You know what? Let's browse by the D&D category. Dungeons and Dragons. I seriously appreciate it. If you're watching on the YouTube, this is the end of the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you watch the previous two. Welcome to the origin stories. 2 sessions from now will be the actual session 1 of the entire group.
Big
I'm
go
really
time.
looking forward to it.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. I have no idea who streams on a Sunday. All I can say is that for some reason on a fucking Sunday, the D&D directory is pretty busy.
Sundays and Saturdays seem to be the days.
Because it's the weekend.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what? I am literally now locked in decision paralysis. We're not going to go and raid. We're going to go ahead and end anyway. I love your face. Thank you very much for being here. Next session, date to be determined. I think it might be next week or the week after. It'll be King Jam's turn. His link will also be right here. Like, I actually don't remember if it's 1 eye or 2 eye. So we'll just plug him next time. Make sure you follow me on all the socials. Hit the link tree. All that good stuff. For those who are watching on YouTube, the link tree is in the description. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. It's the best bet to know when things are happening. Until next time, adventurers, we will see you again.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Toodle pip.
Bye-bye.